Today on Hidden Secrets, revealed live. Ellison surpasses Musk as richest man on earth. Larry Ellison surpassed Elon Musk as the world's richest person. His net worth reached $393 billion due to Oracle's stock surge over 30%. Impressive earnings are a result of high demand for AI and cloud computing services. But how long will it last, my friends? HSRL is a production of Safe New Media. Let me tell you who this is not for. This show is not for you if you take yourself too seriously, if you are a seeker. Let me be your guide to discover accurate truth for yourself. Let me help you increase the quality and effectiveness of your life by revealing to you the hidden secrets of the universe. It's the only podcast of its kind right now on this subject. On the subject, right? Going live on X. Therefore, it's the most popular live stream podcast live right now on this subject, going live on X. This show is specifically for those who are seeking new perspectives, fresh ideas, and a willingness to explore new possibilities. My intention is to help investors like you stay ahead of the curve and make the most out of emerging opportunities. Today on HSRL. All right. So Larry Ellison became the world's richest man by surpassing Elon Musk. His net worth jumped $100 billion in one day. You know what that means? Somewhere there's a Goldman Sachs intern who had to update Excel spreadsheets until 3 a.m. Why? Because Larry's money counter broke from spinning too fast. But here's the thing. Larry Ellison made $100 billion in a day selling what? Cloud storage. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is literally trying to get us to Mars, and he's losing the money race to Ellison. Larry Ellison is the tech world's that guy. You know what I mean? He's been around forever. He's like if that uncle who always talks about buying Apple stock in 87 actually did it, but then kept doubling down on databases. Musk has rockets, cars, flamethrowers. Larry Ellison got rich selling databases. Imagine telling this to someone in 1992. One day, the coolest, richest man alive will be the database guy. That's like finding out the hottest celebrity is the guy who designed the fax machine. Larry Ellison is the 81-year-old database dinosaur. Age ain't nothing but a number, except when it's 81 versus 54 and the geezer wins the money race. But he leapfrogged Elon Musk to become the richest dude on the planet with $393 billion. You got Elon, this hyperactive kid genius, blasting rockets to Mars, tweeting like a maniac about saving humanity from AI doom. And then Larry Ellison, who must still remember punch cards and rotary phones, chills in his yacht collection while his ancient software company rides the AI wave. That's what made him richer. Because Oracle's stock popped 40% in one day off AI and cloud hype. That's unreal. Oracle is the thing that powers your grandma's bank's database. Oracle stock went up 40% because everyone's excited about AI. AI, the same technology that can't tell the difference between a muffin and a chihuahua in a photo, and we're betting our entire economy on it. Larry Ellison is now worth $393 billion. Why? Because investors think robots are going to take over. But the robots can't even figure out why kids love the taste of cinnamon toast crunch. But think about this, man. Larry owns 41% of Oracle. That means 59% belongs to other people. Other people who watch this guy become richer than some little country's GDP. Well, you know what they're still doing? Arguing about whether the office coffee should be Folgers or Starbucks. That's like being in that's like being a minority owner in a lemonade stand, right? When all of a sudden it starts printing money, except the money printer is in the cloud and nobody knows how it works. Elon's out here warning AI will end us all, but it ends up his reign, it ends his reign first by pumping up Larry's cloud contracts to $144 billion by 2030. Oracle is projecting their cloud revenue will hit $144 billion by 2030. You know what that is? That's every person on earth paying Oracle $18 to store their vacation photos. Sorry, honey, can't afford dinner tonight. We had to pay Larry Ellison to remember our trip to Hawaii last summer. And Elon, poor guy, went from richest man to second richest because he's actually doing things, making electric cars, shooting rockets into space, and simple things like trying to implant computers in people's brains. Meanwhile, Larry convinced everyone of one thing, that storing spreadsheets in the cloud is worth more than colonizing Mars. It's like losing a race to save humanity because the other guy figured out a very expensive way to organize his garage. Larry's empire is built on enterprise cloud services and AI backends, stuff that nobody sees, but every Fortune 500 needs. It's like the world's most exciting party crasher is the accountant, but he's the accountant who shows up with spreadsheets. Then one day we find out he owns the bar. Oracle hits near 1 trillion valuation off robust quarterly earnings. Imagine telling your buddies, yeah, I got rich off strong demand for data storage. What the hell? Elon's losing to a guy whose big innovation is making sure your company's emails don't crash. We're all slaves to the cloud now. And Larry's the quiet king, collecting the tolls, while Elon's ranting about free speech on X. The funniest part of all this, they're calling it explosive growth in cloud computing. You know what's explosive? TNT, fireworks. My crazy Aunt Karen who returns melted frosted animal shaped cookies at Walmart. Now, ladies and gentlemen, explosive also means Larry figured out how to charge people monthly rent for their own data. It's 2025. And how did the richest man on earth make his fortune? Convincing corporations to pay him to store their files somewhere they can't see them. That's not innovation. That's the world's most successful protection racket. Nice data you got there. Be a shame if something happened to it. For $50 billion, we'll keep it real safe for you in the cloud. This marks the end of Musk's year-long reign as richest guy. It's like the tortoise and the hare. If the tortoise was a boomer with a Hawaiian island and the hare was too busy getting into politics until he realizes it's a lost cause, Musk loses the top spot to Larry Ellison. That's like being dethroned as world's greatest athlete by a guy who just showed up with a chessboard. Musk been implying that AI is going to Skynet us. So he founds XAI to understand the universe before the robots do. But AI's real move, pumping Oracle's stock so hard it catapults Larry past him. All from strong demand for AI and cloud computing services. It's like warning everyone about the monster under the bed. Then the monster hands your rival a fat check and says, "You're the boss now." Ellison got rich off AI hype. The only reason we need AI is to answer the one question nobody can figure out. What does Oracle actually do? Elon's the loudmouth, always in the headlines, buying Twitter, beefing with world leaders, promising us robo taxis. Larry's the ghost billionaire, not a big social media presence, owns half of Lanai, but surges to the top. Why? Because enterprises are devouring his cloud backlog like it's free pizza. Bloomberg Informs confirms it. The guy's richer than God now, and his big announcement is more revenue. That's the ultimate flex, becoming number one without saying a word. While Elon's out here warning us of population collapse unless we make more babies. The world worships innovation and flash, but the reality is boring and inevitable. The underdog is actually the overlord in disguise. Larry Ellison is now the world's richest man, which is crazy because Larry Ellison is now the world's richest man. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go query my own database for why I'm not a billionaire yet. That's my time. I got to get back to work. Share this, retweet on X, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify. It really does help the Safe New Media channel grow when you subscribe on Spotify. You know that notification bell? You need to pummel that into submission. Okay? So you know when the show goes live every Wednesday. You're allowed to make fun of me only if your jokes are funny and you get my name right. Now, you don't have to do this. But if you guys want to, you can visit my X profile to learn more. Okay, it's not necessary to follow me on X, but now you can follow Safe New Media. Follow Safe New Media on X. Whatever you decide, team up with me to bring about serious advancement for each other. The plan is for our community to share with each other the systems, the processes, the workflows that we are successfully using in order to help each other grow. So I do invite you to belong higher. Join our inner circle on Telegram. You can do that now for free. Join us on Telegram, Safe New Media on Telegram for free. Also, I want to give loyal listeners of this podcast something. Okay, right now, check it out. Free gift for you if you want to start a podcast but feel imposter syndrome. I make it easy for you. You can get your copy of the Anti-Imposter Podcast Starter Kit right now at safenew.media. Safenew.media. Get it for free right now. What I'm about to tell you next will shock you.
This is not an offer, solicitation of an offer to buy or sell securities. Past performance is not an indication of future results. Investing involves risk and may result in partial or total loss. Prospective investors should carefully consider investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses, and should consult with a tax or legal advisor before making any investment decision.
Today, owning a home now costs $52,000 more per year than renting. Yeah. Families are stuck as forever renters. We're seizing this shift, buying 100 plus unit assets in growth markets. Few get in. Why? We don't need more money. What we're looking for is to trade up the investors we have for a better class of investor. We're improving quality of life at scale for hardworking families. My team and I are looking for capital partners, brokers, motivated sellers. Secure a place on our wait list right now. Go to inveresta.com. You can subscribe to our newsletter. That secures your place. Discover which locations qualify. You'll receive our investment strategy criteria. It's the criteria we use to avoid investing in the wrong location. When you subscribe, you'll secure your place on our wait list for the next opportunity. Most real estate people tell you to invest in your backyard, which is great, unless your backyard is a terrible location. Avoid losing money in a terrible location. Hit me up on our X profile at Inveresta. Retail investors can send me a DM there to let me know what kind of investment opportunities you are looking for. Accredited investors can get in touch with me today. Call my office. Go to inveresta.com. Accredited investors only for right now. This is not an offer or solicitation to the general public. Last thing before I let you guys go for today, Methods of Prosperity newsletter is the newsletter that I send out every week. So I want you guys to subscribe to to Methods of Prosperity newsletter. You don't have to be an investor, but if you are, you might learn something. Okay, this is for anyone who agrees that success leaves clues. We've gone into depth on billionaires, including Larry Ellison and Elon Musk. I believe that understanding what makes them tick grants us insight into our own journey. Go to safenewmedia.com/newsletter. Methods of Prosperity newsletter is intended to share ideas and build relationships. To become a billionaire, one must first be conditioned to think like a billionaire. You can now subscribe for free at safenewmedia.com/newsletter. Thanks for making this the most popular live stream at this hour on the subject, broadcasting on X, formerly known as Twitter. Hidden Secrets Revealed Live is a production of Safe New Media, unconventional, diversified, global digital media company devoted to the practice, administration, and dissemination of the ideologies of its founder, moi, yours truly. My name is Sean Allen Fenn. I like you, but don't take my word for it. Decide for yourself.